I'm Erin.
And I'm Dana.
And this is
Crimes We Didn't Commit. We're here again.
Here we go.
Welcome to this
podcast
of us.
Episode 5.
I know.
We're doing it.
I know. We were talking about how on our first episode, which was 4 episodes ago.
It was 4 weeks ago. A month.
Oh, wow.
I know.
My ear itches.
Itch it.
It's fine now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is really cool. I feel like we're actually doing something.
Yeah.
But I also really enjoy it.
I absolutely enjoy it. I think doing it 2 days a week it's been nice to start the week and end the week.
That way.
Yeah.
It feels, because it's fun to do. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to a friend of mine at lunch yesterday about how having a margin for things and time for yourself.
Yeah. And
I was mentioning how this takes a big block of my time.
Yeah.
It does. But it's something that I don't want to sacrifice. And it doesn't feel like a waste. Or it doesn't feel like time spent.
No. Yeah.
And it's nice.
Yeah, I agree.
It feels good. I wish we could just stay here.
Forever.
Oh, wow.
Jinx.
And that was our podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Stay safe.
Bye. But anyway, because things are good. Things are good.
I have to mention.
No. This just sounds problematic. No, thank you.
I have to mention a few episodes ago.
I don't know what it is, but I'm here for it.
When we mentioned Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah. It's not on the East Coast.
It's definitely not on the East Coast. So my dad called me and he said, "Did I raise you right?" And I was like, "What?"
Just out of nowhere.
I was like, "What did I do?" I mean, I know I made some mistakes, but geez.
It was a long time ago.
And he's like, "You don't know where Notre Dame is?"
And you're like, "Oh."
I was like, "Fuck." So it's in Indiana.
Okay. It doesn't sound like it would be in Indiana.
No.
Indiana just doesn't sound like that.
It doesn't. But now I know.
Yeah.
We know.
That it is.
And I was so confident about it being on the East Coast.
I 100% thought it was in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I thought it was somewhere in New England.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
And I trusted you.
I trusted myself.
I know.
So thank you, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. Now I know where one college is.
Because there's a was I talking to you about this, how there's a University of Miami not in Miami?
Yes.
Yeah That doesn't make sense.
And
I was talking to you about that.
Yeah, on the podcast. And there's yes,
we were talking on the phone about this.
Oh, we were. You're right.
I feel like your sister was involved.
She was.
Yeah.
Yep. Shout out.
We had to dial her in.
Yep, for a business meeting.
Exactly.
Like the University of Phoenix, isn't that just like an online college?
It is.
And maybe I think we should not talk about colleges.
No.
I think we should just X-nay
on College A.
On College A.
Because we don't know.
No.
We're probably going to talk about this again.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And we'll most likely be wrong. But that's okay.
I don't mind being wrong because you know what? I think
when
it's
it comes to
funny.
That, no. I don't care.
No, I don't care either.
I barely understand. I don't know stuff. You're lucky I know what colleges are. Okay.
Well, I mean, I think it would be easier if we watched like college sports or something.
And I don't.
And we don't.
I see them.
Yeah.
And I know they happen.
Yes.
And but that's it.
And they play.
They do. They play so hard.
They play hard. And
they play good.
And they just really do it. And
the teams.
Yeah.
And they do a good job.
Go college.
Go Phoenix. Wherever you are. In the ether. But that's okay. We're fine. You're fine. Touchdown. I've really
goal.
Been on a big banana kick.
You know what?
I saw the banana because I just ate a banana and there's like a banana peel on your coffee table.
Yes, not anymore. I threw it in the trash.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to out you like that.
Making me sound
it's
so
disgusting
dirty.
Here.
Hey, it's fruit. At least we're eating healthy. But no, I got a bunch of bananas because I made the best
Bernstein.
Bernstein.
College. Yeah.
College. I made the best banana bread that I've ever made in my life.
Really?
Yes.
I need the recipe.
You got it.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Please do.
So I bought a bunch so I
Was there
can...
chocolate in it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Were there walnuts in it?
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
No.
Some people do. Some people don't.
Some
Sometimes
do.
I like it in there.
Yes.
I don't know.
But with the chocolate chips, it's just so good.
It needs chocolate in it. Banana and chocolate go hand in hand.
Yep.
And I feel like they should never not be together.
I agree.
It's
Sometimes
perfect
peanut
marriage.
butter.
Peanut butter is great. Oh,
Yeah.
putting peanut butter on a piece of banana bread?
Yes.
It's fucking game over. That sounds great.
Yeah.
We just worked out.
I'm hungry. Yeah.
We deserve this.
Honestly, we work out every time we have podcast day.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Before
yeah, we
or after. Yeah.
Yeah, one or the other. I feel like it's good for something.
I think it works.
It makes our brain work not well.
Our muscles are strong, but the brain muscle is weak.
Nah.
Maybe we should do like crossword puzzles or something.
I can't.
Or Sudokus.
Sudoku?
What?
You're lucky that we can formulate a sentence, to be honest. So
Oh, I can't wait to talk about murder.
I can't do crosswords. I'm just not good at them.
I like the people ones in the magazine.
Oh, I'm not good at those either because
It's
I'm
like-
terrible at celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know why because I've watched things. I just don't keep up, with the Kardashians.
Well,
so
my sister, she doesn't know the name of any celebrity.
Yeah, I know Johnny Depp.
She's not good at that.
Angelina Jolie.
But she watches,
Stuff.
know. Yeah.
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 That's how I am.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's so funny because I'll say, you know who this is? And she's like, Aaron.
No,
No,
I don't.
I don't know. And I'm like, okay.
That's fine. If you say like the guy with the nose, Owen Wilson, got it.
Yeah.
I know that 100%.
But if I say the character's name in the show or in the
I'll
movie,
know.
she'll know.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's easier
So we're
for
one
her.
and the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
You guys could talk about it.
We probably could.
Yeah.
It wouldn't go very far.
No.
Since we don't know anyone. I know Ryan Reynolds is doing Mint Mobile.
Oh, sick. Kevin Hart's sponsoring Burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go, Kevin.
You go, little Kevin.
Yeah. You're the best. He's so funny.
He is a funny dude.
He's my best friend. So Russia.
Let's talk about Russia.
I was going to do another murder and then I didn't. So now we're here.
And we're doing this Russian.
We are doing this. I've always been fascinated with Russia. It's just an interesting zone. It's mostly not.
I've been terrified, honestly, of Russia.
Really? Mm-hmm. I was always intrigued by it in middle school. Was it middle school? Yeah, in 8th grade. We had like an independent study that we could do, and me and my friends decided to do it on Russia. And we even like Zoomed with kids at a 4th grade class in Siberia.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they had like one computer at the principal's house, and they would come, and like the parents were all in the background. They're like taking pictures of us and stuff like that. It was really fascinating experience.
Okay.
I don't know how we did that.
So wait, Siberia?
It's like in there.
It's over in
there.
Russia?
I think it's a different zone, but
Siberia's its own country, right?
So it's like, Russia is that small portion along the line of that area.
Okay.
And then Siberia is like everything else past like the cold zone, I guess.
I think you're wrong,
Okay.
but I don't know. I thought Russia was pretty large.
It's a region in Russia.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
yes.
It's
And I
like
know that-
Midwest is here.
but to the east, I think. Okay. I'm not spatially aware very, very good. I don't know cardinal directions. But it says it's a vast region of Russia covering most of North Asia, stretching from the Ural Mountains to the Pacific Ocean. So it's massive.
Okay.
But anyway, they're very like secluded there, and isolated, and it's very cold. They
So
had one computer.
They speak Russian in Siberia.
Yes. And that's when I learned the 3 lines that I know in Russian, which is my name is, what's your name, and pleased to meet you.
Okay.
And then mutton, how to say mutton, which is baraniya or something like that.
I know how to say yes. Da.
Good job.
That's it. Because I'm afraid.
Yes. Anything you say.
Are you American? Da.
Yeah.
Da, da.
Well, this guy is from there.
Okay.
His name was Andrei Romanovich.
That sounds so Russian.
That's his middle name, and it's Chikatilo. Chikatilo, I believe, is his last name.
Okay.
And he was born on October 16th of 1936 in the Yablochne, which is a village in the heart of the rural Ukraine, this is like USSR time.
Totally.
Yeah, you know the spot.
I know the place, yeah.
So during the 30s, Ukraine was known as like the breadbasket of the Soviet Union, but this whole entire time, like the 30s, it was super tragic. There was like a lot of famine. There was like Stalin's policy during that time. We're just going to get a little into the history here, okay? So Stalin's policy had like agricultural collectivization, grain procurement, and there was like restrictions on movement. It just was widespread hardship and famine that just decimated the population there. Ukraine was going through.
Scary.
It is scary. There's a lot of scary shit happened in that area. And it's already cold. Like on top of it, that's too much. But anyway, so it was known as the Holodomor, I believe is what the name of that time is. Anyway, so at the time of Andrei's birth, the effects of the famine were still very widely felt, and his childhood was heavily influenced by deprivation, just starvation in like every case of everything.
That's sad.
It is really sad. Like, I hate to hear kids going through stuff like that.
Yeah.
It sucks for adults to go through things like that too. But
yeah, and it sucks for like the parents not to be able to provide for their kids.
There's no way for them to. They
that's
don't have
sad.
Options. That's so hard. But if the situation wasn't bad enough, it was made even worse when the USSR entered World War II against Germany, bringing sustained bombing raids on Ukraine. So Ukraine's they need a fucking break. There's just this shit's
they do
hitting the fan.
Talk about history repeating itself.
I know. It's crazy. So external hardships aside, Andrei was pretty fucked from the get-go because he's believed to have suffered from hydrocephalus, which is water on the brain. It's an abnormal buildup of cerebrospinal fluid in the brain's ventricles, causing increased pressure in the skull.
Ouch.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible time.
Yeah.
It causes headaches, nausea, vomiting, double vision, seizures, all of that good stuff.
Oh, God.
So he was suffering from that at birth, which caused him genital urinary tract problems later in life. I don't know how it correlates, but...
So he had pee issues after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know how that goes together, but apparently it does. It sounds sciencey. This also included bedwetting into his late adolescence.
Okay.
Triangle.
Yep.
Probably. As he got older, he couldn't sustain an erection, but he was able to ejaculate. So...
That's good for him.
That is good for him. I feel like being able to have that release is important. But also that's really bad for him, But it burns when he pees. Yeah. I wonder if... Oh, yeah.
I don't wonder, though.
I don't, but I kind of do.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Write in if you know.
Yeah.
So his home life was already ruined, but then his father got drafted into the war against Germany. So while his dad was there, the dad was captured and he was held prisoner. And he eventually was rescued or got out somehow. I don't really know. But when he returned, he was vilified by the countrymen for allowing himself to be captured. Which,
what?
Fuck off.
I mean, if you're a POW, how is that your fault?
I don't know. But apparently it was, and everyone hated him for it. They were like, you are a coward and you got captured.
So they look at him like he's weak and...
Yep.
Wow, that probably made him angry.
Yes. And those people just suck. Mm-hmm. Let them get captured and see how it feels.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have no idea.
Hate them.
But it didn't just impact his dad. Andrei also suffered the consequences of his father's quote unquote cowardice. So, and it got him bullied a lot in school.
Yeah.
And that blows.
Yeah. And it's never fun. Plus, if they find out he's bedwetting.
Oh, on top of that, and that he can't get an erection.
He's screwed.
And that his brain has lots of fluid.
And it burns when he pees.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a recipe for disaster.
I'd bully him too. But no. All the bullying and everything else he was dealing with made him really shy. So he didn't really have any romantic relationships until he was about 15, which I didn't have any romantic relationships when I was 15 personally. But I think that that's a normal time too. I don't think them. I feel like most people are on the age of 13-ish, 12.
Yeah. I mean,
something.
Describe romantic. Let's be real.
Well, I'm thinking it's just like relations. Like people are, just like, I'm going to kiss you.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
Well, there's the whole like, I have a crush on them. They have a crush on me.
I'm going to write them a note.
We're dating, but we don't talk.
Exactly.
Those kinds of things.
But he didn't have that.
Poor guy.
So sad. But these relations were reported. Okay, so he did have a romantic relation-ish when he was 15. And it was reported to be an assault.
Oh.
Where he overpowered a young girl, ejaculating immediately during the struggle, which he...
What a coward.
Such a bedwetter. So he got more ridicule because of that.
Oh, God. 2-Second Andre is his name now.
This experience of humiliation impacted all of his future sexual experiences.
Sure. Of course it did.
And it solidified the association of sex with violence for him because he immediately got off from the violence.
Yeah.
So the remainder of his schooling pretty much went this way, and he ended up failing his entrance exam to the Moscow. Is it Moscow or Moscow? People tell me it's Moscow.
I think either way. I think we're Americans, so we could say it however we want.
Yeah, we can do whatever we want here.
Yeah, we have autonomy.
The Moscow State University, and he was enlisted in the national service for a period of time, like out of obligation. And after he was released from there, he moved to Rodionovo Nezvetysky.
Oh, I love how you went into it.
I tried.
Yeah.
I did my best. Which is a town near Rostov, and he moved there in 1960. And he became a telephone engineer. So while he was there, his sister ended up moving in with him, and she kind of attempted to wingman for him because she was really worried about just his lack of success with women.
Was she older?
Younger.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So she was
like, big bro.
Yeah, I'm going to help you out.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you a cute girl.
Yes.
And you're going to have a happy life.
And you'll have stamina.
Yes. You will definitely get an
erection. Believe in you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So she ended up setting up a meeting with a local girl who he ended up marrying in 1963.
Aw.
So despite all of his sexual problems and the lack of interest in conventional sex, they managed to have 2 children and lived what to look like
normal.
Yeah.
Wow.
A normal life. Everyone just thought everything was fine.
It's turned on a dime.
Yeah. In 1971, he made a career change and became a school teacher. Oh. So he went from telephone engineer to school teacher. And during this time, there was a string of complaints.
Naturally.
Mm-hmm. He ended up detaining a female student after class, attempted to assault her sexually, struck her with a ruler, and ejaculated during the incident.
Oh my! Like in his pants?
I'm sorry, that is so mean. I'm sure that people go through these things, but it's just...
No, but fuck him.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, I'm laughing at him.
So although no formal charges resulted from the incident, there were parental reports and school rumors that prompted his resignation in 1974.
Does it say what grade he was teaching?
No.
Okay.
I did not see that. I know that it was lower.
Oh, okay.
Not lower elementary necessarily, but lower grades.
Got it.
Not college level.
Yeah.
They weren't adults.
Yeah. Yeah.
That much I know. So similar patterns of alleged misconduct, including fondling teenagers and exposing himself, reoccurred across all of the roles that he's had as a teacher, because he would just up and move every single time. He's changed school multiple times. And I'm just like, why don't...
I've never understood the expose situations.
Just be like, look at this.
Look at my dick. I don't get it. Hey, look over here. What? How do you get off on that?
The element of surprise, I guess.
And the kid's like, ha! They're like, there's a penis. And he's like, yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm pulling my pants back up.
I guess that's what it is.
It's so strange.
And that's how it works. That's how it seems, at least. I don't actually know.
Sickos.
But
it's like they don't think it through.
No, not at all.
It's an impulse.
It's all an impulse and an urge.
Yeah.
And they just react to it.
I just don't get it.
I don't either. So all of that stuff, was very reoccurring, and it led to his departure from, it says 3 to 5 teaching jobs between 73 and 81.
Okay.
His first known victim was on December 22nd, 1978. So he hadn't, hurt anyone. Well, he hurt people.
Yeah, but he hasn't killed anyone.
He hasn't killed anyone.
Okay.
There was no murders committed during that time that we're aware of.
I wonder what his wife thinks of all these complaints. Or maybe she doesn't know.
She does know.
Okay.
But I feel like she's turning a blind
She's like, you're misunderstood, honey.
Yeah, they don't know you.
Yeah, it's the kids.
It has to be.
They don't know.
They are just lying.
Yeah.
They have to be lying. So the first known victim was on December 22nd of 1978. Andre murdered 9-year-old Yelena Zakotanova near a local market. So he lured her into a vacant 1-story house that he had access to under the pretext of paying her 25 rubles to view his stamp collection, which I don't know why, but that's fine.
First of all, rubles is so funny.
Yeah.
And second off, it
could be a very exciting stamp collection.
I just don't know why a 9-year-old would be excited about stamp collection, but maybe
it's
there are
an adult being like, "Oh, come look at this, and I'll give you money for it."
Yeah, right.
You're 9. You're just like, hell yeah. Also, everyone's poor right now.
True.
So give me whatever you want to give me.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So inside the house, he attempted to rape the girl, but she resisted fiercely, which good on her because she's fucking 9.
Yeah.
She bit and scratched him during the struggle. He became overcome by panic and rage, and he manually strangled her until she was dead. And then he stabbed her abdomen multiple times with a knife and further mutilated the body. And he subsequently dragged the corpse to a nearby river where he discarded her into freezing water and weighed her down so she would sink.
Oh my God.
So that was a big thing. That's not something, obviously he was assaulting girls and things like that beforehand, but now there was a sense of panic that I feel like he didn't have before.
Yeah, I just, how did he think this was gonna play out?
I don't think that he really thought it through.
No.
I mean, he had to have known that he was going to kill her because he had a knife.
Yeah,
I guess, but it could also have just been for threatening purposes.
Yeah, you're gonna do what I want you to do.
Yes.
Or else.
Right, because that's what he'd done previously.
He didn't think he had to follow through with the or else.
Right.
And he did.
That's what ended up happening.
Right.
I mean, and he did all the things in order to get rid of the body. He obviously knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
So the discovery of her body was on December 25th of 1978 after it surfaced downstream.
Oh, so 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
It took some time.
Yeah.
Because it was weighed down.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also freezing, so I don't know how that plays into things, but I'm sure there's some sort of science explanation.
It is Russia.
Yeah, I don't know. Siberia. So all of that prompted a local investigation so this area of Russia was called Shakti. So it prompted an investigation by the local police, who noted signs of sexual violence and strangulation as the primary cause of death. There were traces of blood in the snow leading towards Andre's residence, which drew suspicion to him as a potential witness or suspect.
Interesting.
So it would be immediate suspect in my mind because there was a trail of fucking blood going to his house.
Which is so weird. Okay, so he dumped the body in a river.
Yep.
The body floated downriver towards his house.
I guess so, yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. He didn't think that part through.
No.
Not very well.
No.
I don't think that I would have either. I wouldn't calculate. Maybe I would.
Well, if I
was planning a murder, probably I would.
And if it was spur of the moment, had to do something,
then no.
But if my house was near a river, I probably wouldn't choose that river.
No, not if it was near my house. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make sense. Mm-mm. But anyway, so it led him to be a potential witness or suspect, which led to his interrogation. So this is where his wife comes in. So his wife provided an alibi claiming he had been home with her that evening, and forensic evidence at the time, which was limited by the Soviet-era technology and just the procedures that they had, failed to conclusively link him, resulting in his release without any charges.
Oh, so they picked him up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They did. They tried.
Yeah.
But they didn't really have any actual evidence. Because you could be bleeding by accident for
Look
things.
at his history, though.
I know.
Like all the complaints from the school, the actual assault that happened.
Yep.
Well, maybe he didn't get caught for that either, but...
Well, no. Like, there were reports. There weren't any, like, legitimate police reports.
Okay.
Of all of those
Which
things.
is wild.
I know. But there was a lot going on during that time.
True.
Similar to that cannibal guy. Like,
Right.
there was a shit ton going on that no one was...
I mean, bombs are dropping over there. They're not so concerned about...
No.
Unfortunately, they're not concerned about...
that.
Yeah.
But they were concerned to do investigations.
Yeah.
But they also just didn't have the resources available.
Ugh.
I know. So... Andre later admitted that killing in particular initiated his pattern of increasingly violent sexual homicides, which makes sense.
Yeah, well, he got away with the first one.
He did. And he found out his wife was going to have his back. So he was good. And he was driven by all of these compulsive urges that he described as uncontrollable, which, again, doesn't make sense to me, but that's okay. So for that particular murder, there was a man, his name was Alexander Kravchenko. Kravchenko.
Yep.
And he was a 25-year-old with a previous rape conviction, like a legitimate conviction, and he was arrested and confessed to the crime under duress, probably as a result of extensive and brutal interrogation, which they used as tactics at the time.
Yeah, so he got away with that.
He did get away with that, and someone else was convicted of it, and he was also tried and killed and executed in 1984 for that incident.
How was he executed?
Probably by gun, because we're going to see that's how they did it.
Okay. That's fascinating.
So as a result, at least we think, as a result of this close brush with the law, there were no more documented victims for the next 3 years.
Interesting.
But with all those claims of child abuse and sexual assault, Andre found it impossible to find another teaching job. Which makes sense. Yes. Thank God. Yeah. You know, that's good. They were just like, you know what? I don't think this is for you. Yeah. You need to do something else.
3 strikes, you're out.
Yeah. Bye.
College.
So Notre Dame. So he took a job as a clerk for a raw materials factory in Rostov, where the travel that he had to do with the position, it gave him unlimited access to a wide range of young victims over the next 9 years. Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, because then you're talking about different law enforcement agencies.
Oh, yeah.
In that time, they're not all communicating.
No, they don't have the resources available. There's other shit going on.
It's the perfect recipe for a serial killer.
Like, obviously, during this time now, it's no longer, the war is not going on, but there's still repercussions.
Yeah, the aftermath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so on September 3rd of 1981, he murdered Larissa Tekchenko, who was a 17-year-old student. So he, again, lured her into an area. This time it was a wooded area, where he stabbed her repeatedly in the neck, gagged her with dirt and leaves, stabbed her in the chest and abdomen before engaging in necrophilia.
Ooh, yeah.
So he went all in.
Yes, he did.
He was just balls deep, like all the way.
I don't know why. Okay, so he stabbed her in the neck a bunch of times and then gagged her. Like she could fucking scream or talk after that.
I think that he is so aroused by violence.
Oh, so it was not so much
it's not about
keeping her quiet. It's just
he wants to do those things.
Okay.
And I'm assuming as he goes along in his fucked up career of being a serial killer, he needs to do more and more. I would assume.
Well, yeah. Eventually, that thing isn't going to get you off anymore.
No. So now he has to, start stabbing a bajillion more times and in different areas of the body and seeing what like this looks like or this
how it feels,
whatever.
Ugh.
Anyway,
can't relate.
No. Her body was discovered the following day. And this incident in particular marked a shift towards targeting adolescents and young adults encountered at train stations or public areas, because those people are more drifters.
Yeah.
And there are fewer people actually paying attention to those.
So they go missing.
People. Yeah. It's like if no one really cares. It's kind of like with the killers who target sex workers.
Yeah. I was going to say like the Gilgo murders, the Gilgo Beach murders.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it sucks, but
yeah, it's super
unfortunately
sad.
People just didn't care as much, but it does start to get on people's radar eventually. So he lured these adolescents and young adults under the pretense of offering like alcohol or assistance or whatever, something to just get them to come on over. Between June and December of 1982, Andre escalated his killings, claiming at least 6 victims, which were predominantly children. On June 12th, he abducted and stabbed, I can't pronounce her name, Lyubov Beryuk, potentially.
Not bad.
Maybe. Who was 13. He stabbed her over 20 times.
Whoa.
Including strikes to her eyes, leaving her body partially skeletonized when it was found months later. I'm going to name multiple victims now that were murders that were committed during this short period of time. So there was Oleg, who was age 9. He was killed on August 13th.
He?
Yes.
Oh.
So he also...
Now he's switching it up.
Yes.
Okay.
He does start to switch it up. Then there was Olga Kuprina, who was 16, on August 16th. Then there was Sergei Kuzmin, who was 15. Then another Olga Stalmachenok, who was 10. God. And these bodies were typically dumped in the forest or rivers after manual strangulation, followed by knifing to the torso and genitals. So these crimes occurred primarily in the Shakhty and Rostov region, exploiting the transient nature of the railway sidings and like just the rural outskirts.
God, those poor kids.
I know. And these are kids that just didn't know what to do with themselves. You know? Like I said, they were drifters. They were so young to be like that.
Well, I'm curious, and I'll look up this later and I'll put it in the show notes, like what he looks like and if he looks like that approachable type.
He did.
Whoa.
Yeah. He was conventionally attractive. Symmetrical face.
Right.
You know, when he was younger. After his capture, he looked fucking psycho.
Oh, I'm sure.
But at the beginning, he looked just like a dude. So at this time, serial killers were a virtually unknown phenomena in the Soviet Union. They refused to believe there was a thing like that in the Soviet Union.
That is fascinating.
Yes. So evidence of serial killing or child abuse in general was sometimes suppressed by the state-controlled media in the interests of public order. His case is noteworthy not only because of the large number of victims, but because of the efforts by the Soviet police to issue warnings during the public, which wasn't really happening. So they were trying to push those warnings, even though the media was trying to suppress it.
It's like, it's happening, but like chill,
But
it's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, everything that they were told was asserting that serial murder was impossible in a communist society.
See, Russia is scary.
It is very scary. The eye mutilation was a modus operandi distinct enough to allow for other cases to be linked, finally.
Okay.
So now dots are being connected. The
Thank
lines
God.
are, on the corkboard. Things are happening.
The yarn is intersecting.
In places. And when the Soviet authorities finally admitted that they had a serial killer to contend with, they were just like, they were able to do that because they could link these cases now.
Yeah.
As the body count mounted, rumors of foreign-inspired plots and werewolf attacks became more prevalent.
So they're blaming these murders
Werewolves.
also on werewolves?
Yeah, they're just like, it can't be our people.
Yeah.
Can't be people who do this.
No.
Not our people. And with all of that going on, the public fear and the interest grew, despite the lack of any media coverage. So all of that shit that I just mentioned happened in 1 year. That was in 82.
Whoa.
So he goes
busy.
hard.
Yeah, he was busy.
In 1983, Andre murdered around 8 individuals, continuing the pattern of opportunistic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Opportunistic
We love that word.
abductions.
College.
The key cases included Igor Gudkov, who was 7. He was killed in the summer.
No.
Vera Shevkin, who was 19. On October 27th, Sergei Markov, who was 14 on December 27th, and these victims were stabbed extensively, some mutilated postmortems, and remains concealed in wooded or aquatic sites. So
There's just no rhyme or reason to this fucking guy.
no, he picks whoever. And it's very strange to me that he also switches to males.
That is what I can't understand.
I can't either. Well, I have a whole psychological breakdown because there was this girl. She was a woman, and she did her master's dissertation or something on him in particular, Andre Chikatilo. Mm-hmm. So there's a deep dive into the psychology. I have like 6 fucking pages based off of her 300-page
dissertation.
Shit. Yeah.
Oh God.
I got 6 pages out of it.
We're gonna read the whole thing.
The whole 300 pages. It's gonna be a 18 million parter.
Oh God, what a guy to do it on, though.
I know that guy. Like, there was just so much going on with him.
The lack of pattern, but also the pattern. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird.
You go from a 19-year-old to a 7-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I just...
From a 19-year-old woman to a 7-year-old boy to a 8-year-old girl to a 17-year-old boy.
Yeah,
or whatever.
It's all over the place.
It really is. So, other victims from this year encompassed adolescents like Laura Sarkeesian, who was 15, and there were also adults such as Valentina Chuchulina, who was 22. So, like we were just saying, there's no consistent age, there's no consistent gender preference. It's just all who's vulnerable.
But it seems like the actual killings,
are
the
all
same.
Yes, they very much are. Mm-hmm. It's either strangulation or some form of
stabbing.
There's stabbing involved. Sometimes the eyes.
Yeah.
There's obvious sexual assault. So the murders were increasing in frequency and brutality, though the Soviet authorities initially linked them to a different, they first linked them to different perpetrators.
Okay.
Because they didn't want the idea of a serial killer.
Yeah, well, they also...
connected the dots.
They also executed a man
for
one of these crimes that they're now linked. Saying, okay, that happened with them.
Yep.
This is continuing to happen even after
he's dead now.
We got rid of him.
So...
Sorry.
In 1983, Moscow detective Major Mikhail Fetisov.
Yeah.
He assumed control of the investigation. He recognized that a serial killer might be on the loose and assigned a specialist forensic analyst, Viktor Burakov, to head the investigation in the Shakhty area, which is where most of this was happening. It was more centralized there, and it would go into the outskirts.
So they're finally opening up an investigation.
Yes, like a legitimate one. This detective in particular was like, this is happening. This is actually happening, and we're going to put some people on this.
Yeah.
Thank God for him. The investigation centered around known sex offenders and the mentally ill, but the interrogation tactics solicited false confessions from prisoners, leaving Burakov skeptical of the majority of the confessions. So progress was super slow, especially as at that stage, not a lot of the victims' bodies had been discovered yet.
Oh, yeah.
So there were a lot of murders. Like, these are not obviously, but I'm able to give you all these names because they were eventually discovered, but not all of them were at the time.
Okay.
So the true body count was unknown to the police. With each body, the forensic evidence did mount. The police were convinced that the killer had the blood type AB.
Interesting. That's a kind of a rare blood type, too.
Yeah, it is. But they took this, they were able to figure that out based off of the semen samples collected from a number of the crime scenes, and they also had samples of identical gray hair that were retrieved.
Ooh.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like they have a lot of evidence.
So that was in 1983. That all happened in 83. There were 15 more victims that were added during the course of 84, and the police efforts were increased drastically they also mounted like massive surveillance operations that canvassed the local transportation like hubs.
So many victims.
So many victims. Like, each year had average 15.
It went more and more and more and more.
Yes.
Wow.
The police involvement increased because of his killing spree escalating dramatically. And with those 15 confirmed murders representing the peak annual tally in his criminal career. And it was just a sharp increase of the sporadic offenses of the prior years.
Okay.
So he's popping off.
So even while they're doing this investigation,
he's going
it's
harder.
Still happening.
Yes. There's no stopping him. He's not...
Well, he's completely unaware that they're doing this investigation.
I'm assuming that he might be aware.
Oh,
but he's getting away with all of it because even though it's not like public, like media, there's no real media coverage. Mm-hmm. He lives in the town this is happening in.
True.
How can he not see, police?
Yeah.
All over the place.
Interesting.
And he's still doing his thing because he has this uncontrollable urge.
Can't touch this.
Okay. The victims included children, teenagers, and adults of both sexes. often lured from the bus stops or train stations in that region of the Rostov region and the Shakhty, with promises of food, alcohol, rides, just like at the beginning of his killing career. So none of that changed.
Okay, that's how we got them.
Yes.
Okay.
He transported them to nearby forests, parks. There's this one park in particular, it's called Aviators Park, where he attempted to sexually assault before stabbing them repeatedly, sometimes over 50 times, some of his victims, to death, followed by extensive mutilations, including the removal now of genitals, tongues, eyes, noses, and like uterus using knife or his teeth.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's
knows
going.
it.
No, it's escalated drastically.
Yeah.
Patterns in these crimes revealed a heightened compulsivity and, did you see how I pronounced that? I articulated that really well.
Really good.
Compulsivity.
College.
And risk-taking, with killings clustered in the summer months, but then also the winter months, because he like went hard in December a lot of the time.
Yeah, that was like his first stint.
Yes.
That's when he did his first killing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Christmas time.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
And
And
the season to murder.
Santa. So his methods started prolonging the victim's sufferings.
Oh.
Because at first,
It was like immediate kill.
pretty much, he would strangle them. There would be post-mortem,
Necrophilia.
all of that.
Yeah.
But now they're alive, a lot more stabbing. They're bleeding out. He's doing things. It's a weird time. So some of the things that he did was the slow stabbing, in initial punching instead. For instance, on March 27th of 1984, 10-year-old Dmitry Pashchenokov was stabbed over 54 times.
Goodness, that's
That's a lot of
excessive.
times.
Yeah.
That is a lot of times. And this was near Shakhty, which is where all of this policing is happening. And they still are not getting him. It blows my mind.
And if the news were to put it out, I feel like
It would have been done.
it would have been done, but also
Someone would have said something, I feel
the
like.
the victims wouldn't have just followed a
Right.
strange man
Yeah.
into wherever, you know?
Yes,
He's
because
like, I have
they would
stamps.
tell
And they're
them,
like, I don't know you, dude.
yeah, I don't want your alcohol.
They're like, no da.
No, da, niet,
Oh, niet.
niet. In May 1984, Andre killed Tanya Petrosyan, who was 32, by stabbing and hammering her head.
Oh,
She also had a daughter that he beheaded after a similar assault.
oh my God.
The daughter's name was Sveta.
Oh.
In August, we saw a very rapid succession. There was 16-year-old Natasha Gloskivskaya, who was stabbed on August 2nd. 17-year-old Loida Alexieva, so sorry,
It's okay.
who was slowly stabbed on August 5th to extend the agony. Then there was 11-year-old Sasha Chepel, who was mutilated with her eyes gouged out on August 18th. Like, that's August 2nd, 5th, 18th. Like, that's not that.
No, that's pretty consecutive.
That's
And this is 1984.
This is 1984 now.
So he's on his sixth year
Sure.
of murder. 1978.
78 to now, yes.
Well, I guess he did it in December of 78. So it's technically like 5 years. But
Whatever.
what is his wife thinking, I wonder?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything about the wife later on.
Okay.
So I don't know if she's still around.
Okay.
I'm assuming that she is because they have young kids still.
Right.
So, but I'm just guessing she's just, nah. She's
Okay.
disassociated from this.
The
She's like, I have too much
fact-
shit going on.
The fact that he has 2 kids and he's doing this shit to kids.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. And it's interesting to me that he's doing these to other kids. Like, I wonder if there's anything going on in the home. There wasn't anything reported. And I can't imagine. I mean, he's not going to kill his kids, I guess.
I don't know.
There was
I would
nothing
be
reported on that.
I
But
wouldn't
feel
be surprised.
No, I wouldn't be surprised either. And also, the wife is probably terrified.
Well, and it also sounds like he's doing this to people that he doesn't know.
Oh, not at all.
So there's like this
There's no feeling
no
there.
personal feelings, right?
So there was also cannibalistic acts, as we mentioned earlier, such as consuming the sexual organs,
Ew.
which occurred in several cases that year. They think that it was tied to his impotence, and the arousal also derived from violence. So
this just keeps getting crazier.
I know. All of that happened in 1 year again. We're still in the same year here. So by late 1984, Andre's operations extended to targeting still vulnerable transients. And the next one, the age difference is just so big to me on this one. She was 44 years old.
What?
That's a big difference,
dude.
Now, because generally he stayed under like 21
or
22.
Right.
And so now we're doubling the age.
We're going from 7 to 44.
Right. That's a wild difference. Like he has no preference at all. I do think that he has a preference for children, but it doesn't really matter that much at the end of the day.
It's just the opportunity of...
It is. He's an opportunistic killer. During this period, the brutality intensified investigative pressure, though the Soviet authorities' forensic limitations delayed the linkage. In 1985, activity briefly subsided before resuming with 2 murders in August. 18-year-old Natalia Poklistova, who was stabbed 38 times after strangulation. A woman named Irina, who was 18, and she was stabbed and left exposed near a bus stop.
Oh, also he's getting careless.
Completely. He doesn't give 2 shits anymore.
Yeah.
These incidents maintained core patterns, but he started to get a little cautious in September of 84 because he was arrested for behaving suspiciously at a bus station.
Thank God. But like what?
But like...
what suspicious thing are you doing?
Is it maybe
Does he
luring people into the woods?
It's that, or maybe he has blood on him.
Maybe, or like
or
a
he's
knife,
too close to a kid,
eating an organ,
making a kid feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, who knows?
Or he's eating an organ. He's just holding a dick in his hand, chewing on it.
But again,
that's not a hot dog.
We don't have hot dogs here.
This is what Russia.
He avoided suspicion again on the murder charges because his blood type didn't match the suspect profile.
Weird.
Yeah. He was still in prison for 3 months on a number of minor outstanding offenses. So the blood type. So his actual blood type was type A, which was different to the type found on the other bodily fluids, which was that type AB.
Yeah.
He was a member of a minority group known as non-sequiturs, whose blood type cannot be inferred by anything other than an actual blood sample.
Oh.
So his blood's tricky.
So it could change.
Yeah.
It could test for different things when it's not out.
When it's not actual blood.
When it's not inside his body.
No, when it's just not legitimate blood, because they tested the semen and determined what his blood type would be.
Got
it.
I
don't know how that works.
That's weird.
But yeah.
Okay.
But the AB wasn't his blood type, so then they were like, oh, well, he couldn't have committed these because he's type A.
That is so crazy.
Mm-hmm. The police only had that sample of semen and not actual blood from the crime scenes, so he was able to escape that suspicion of murder. Obviously, today there's more sophisticated DNA techniques that wouldn't have happened now.
Right.
But whatever.
Well, his DNA, they'd be able to be like, we're going to swab your cheek or...
whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's going to match properly.
Yeah. Jizz in this cup or...
Something. Give him a booger. Lick up something. Who knows? So he found work as a traveling buyer for a train company. Don't know what that is. Which was based in Novocherkassk.
Yep.
And I pronounced that all the way wrong. I missed a few letters, but that's okay. He managed to keep a low profile during this time until later in 85, where he murdered 2 women in separate incidents. So around the same time as those murders, Burakov, the detective, who was frustrated with the lack of positive progress, engaged the help of a psychiatrist, Andrei Bukhanovsky.
So many Andres.
Oh, no, his name is Alexander. I don't know why I said that. Thank you.
Well, Andrei's the murderer.
It is the murderer.
Okay. Alexander tracks too for Russian.
Yeah, it does. Who refined the profile of the killer. So Buchanovsky described the serial killer as a necrosadist for someone who achieves sexual gratification from the suffering and death of others. He also placed the killer's age between 45 and 50, significantly older than what had been believed up to that point.
Oh.
Desperate to catch the killer, the detective even interviewed a serial killer who was Anatoly Slivko. He was a pedophile, rapist, necrophiliac, and serial killer active in the Nevenomessk, Russia. Over a period of 20 years, Slivko convinced 43 teenage boys. Wow.
He convinced 23 bulls
to turn into plates. He convinced 43 teenage boys to let him hang them until they became unconscious so he could molest them before reviving them himself. And I think...
How do you talk someone into that?
Don't know.
Do you want to play a game?
Do you want to play a game? Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's wild, but that's what he did. And I think...
He's like, what are you doing today?
I'm trying to remember the article. You busy?
Yeah. Do you like ropes?
Do you like not being alive?
I cannot.
I'm pretty sure, I didn't write it down, but in an article I read, I think eight of the boys died from this. So not all of them died. 8 out of 43, that's not bad.
I mean, the percentage is in his favor.
It is. They're probably going to live. But he interrogated him shortly before his execution in an attempt to gain some insight to this elusive serial killer.
Yeah.
Coinciding with his attempt to understand the mind of the killer, attacks seemed to dry up, and the police suspected that their target might have just stopped killing, been incarcerated for other crimes, or died. However, in early 1988, Andre again resumed his killing, the majority occurring away from the Rostov area this time, and the victims were no longer taken from local public transport outlets because the police surveillance of those areas continued and got heavier.
He's smart.
Yeah, he is. Like, I don't know how he managed to evade police while it was being policed.
Yes.
But he did.
I'm sure that investigator
was fucking pissed.
Is so frustrated.
Because he's doing this for years.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it's a project that never ends. Yeah. That would stress me the fuck out.
Well, and having more people die while you're, you want to get
all the time.
You want to get ahead of it, but you
can't.
You can't. You're so, wow.
And people are dying a lot. Mm-hmm. It's not,
almost every day.
Pretty much.
Every day they're finding a body.
Pretty much. So over the next 2 years, the body count increased by a further 19 victims.
Jeez.
And it appeared that the killer was taking increasing risk, focusing primarily on young boys, and often actually killing in public places where the risk of detection was far higher.
God, I need him to get caught.
I know. So now we're pushing into this time of, it's the Gorbachev-Glasnost Society, which is like when the policies sought to introduce like market reforms, increase transparency, reduce censorship, and all this shit. Like, there's going to be a big shift in the Soviet Union during this time, which placed a shit ton of public pressure on the police forces to actually catch the killer.
Oh, I believe that.
So the general police patrols were heavily stepped up, with Burakov targeting the likely areas with undercover police now in an attempt to flush out the killer. Andre still evaded capture, narrowly, on a couple of occasions, but on November 6th of 1990, fresh from killing his final victim, Sveta Korsta, his suspicious behavior was noted by a patrolling policeman at the station nearby, and his details were taken. His name was linked to a previous arrest in 1984, and then he was now placed under surveillance.
Oh.
So now they're getting sneaky time. This sounds fun. I would want to watch this movie.
Same.
So that was November 6th when that fresh from the killing thing. He was actually arrested on November 20th of 1990, following more suspicious behavior, but he refused to confess to any of the killings at first. Burakov, the detective, decided to allow the psychiatrist who had prepped the original profile to talk to Andre, under the guise of trying to understand the mind of a killer from a scientific context.
Yeah.
So now he has some ego,
Of course.
that is brought into this. He was clearly flattered by this approach, and he opened up to the psychiatrist, providing extensive details of all of his killings, and even leading the police to the sites of the bodies previously undiscovered.
So he just switched it up.
Yep.
He went from, I'm giving you nothing, to like,
oh, you want to write a
unloading.
book on me?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, you're interested in me?
In me. That was very smart of them to do. He claimed to have taken the lives of 56 victims, although only 53 of these could be independently verified. The figure was far in excess of the 36 cases that the police had initially attributed to their serial killer. Having been declared sane and fit to stand trial, Andre went to court on April 14th of 1992. That was a little before I was born. I was born in September of 92.
That is wild. It seems like this was the other day. This is a while
ago, but it also seems like the other day because I feel like I was born 2 days ago.
Anything that happens in our lifetime
seems so recent.
Yeah.
Because time flies.
Because we were here when it happened, in a way.
Yeah.
Which is fucking nuts.
It is really nuts. Throughout the trial, he was held in an iron cage designed to keep him apart from the relatives of his many victims.
Well, thank God.
Because I guess there were relatives in the prison. Mm-hmm. But that's fine. Referred to the media as the, quote, maniac, his behavior in court ranged from bored to manic. Singing,
so this was in courtroom that he kept in the metal box, not in the jail.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't link that in
it's
my
okay.
mind.
I'm here. I got you.
Here.
I got you.
Thank God. Mm-hmm. What would I do?
College.
What would I do? So the behavior was ranging from bored to manic, singing and talking gibberish. At one point, he was even reported to having dropped his trousers, waving his genitals at the assembled crowd.
He's just doing the helicopter.
Want to see something cool?
How's this for a distraction?
The judge appeared less than impartial, often overruling Andre's defense lawyer, and it was clear that his guilt was a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
The trial lasted until August. So April to August.
That's a long time.
That's a really long time. There's also a lot of victims, and I'm sure that everyone
they have to
wants
go
to
through
say their piece.
Each
as well.
one, each one deserves their time.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, so that lasted until August, and surprisingly, given the judge's bias, the verdict was not announced until 2 months later, in October 15th of 1992. So I was born now, which is crazy.
I was 3.
Wow. Mm-hmm. This is because of you.
I know him.
That's your dad. So he held his verdict for 2 months. Not really sure why, but it was. And Andre was found guilty on 52 of the 53 murder charges. Don't know why. Only that one. I don't know what happened with the one. It could have been maybe the one that happened and someone was sentenced to.
Oh.
Maybe they were just like, you can't claim that one because we've already done that and that's just going to fuck up our shit.
Yeah.
So we don't want to file that paperwork.
Interesting. Or maybe the one they found that was basically like a skeleton.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
There could have been no DNA evidence to link it.
Since it was found like 9 months later, I think you said?
He confessed.
Oh, he's like, I did that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. But anyway, he was sentenced to death for each of the murders. So he's dying 52 times.
I wish,
I know. Wouldn't it be wild? Just like, boom, resuscitate.
I think we've talked about this before.
We have. I think it was our first episode, in all honesty.
Like, he should be killed the way that he killed. Mm-hmm.
I feel like he would enjoy it.
He might.
He
might get off on it.
He might.
What a sicko.
I know.
He'd jizz in his pants again.
Probably. And then everyone would laugh at him.
Again.
And then his pee would burn. Yeah. So Andre's appeal centered around the claim that the psychiatric evaluation, which had found him fit to stand trial, was biased. But the process was unsuccessful. 16 months later, he was executed by a shot to the back of the head behind the right ear on either February 14th or 16th. One of those. Classic. In 1994.
Yeah, it's fine. So
I was 2, you were 5.
Yeah.
And
my sister was born.
Oh, wow.
I know.
How cool.
It's crazy.
It was a family affair. The psychiatrist who had been instrumental in his capture, Alexander Buchanovsky, went on to become a celebrated expert on sexual disorders as well as serial killers. So there was this one quote that came from Andre that was renowned, and it was, "I'm a mistake of nature, a mad beast." And I'm like, that's incredibly profound for you.
Well, and it's also very true.
It is true. But then if you look at the psychological breakdown of what that woman wrote about, you do very much see the impact of
The nurture
aspect, I guess, and what he was surrounded by, like all of the famine.
Yeah.
You know, being picked on, having all of these disorders.
All those
of these
traumas.
things. Yes. Those did impact him and did mold him in that kind of way.
Yeah.
Based off of what she discussed, at least. And she was getting like her master's in clinical psychology.
She probably
or
knows.
I feel like she knows a thing or two.
Better than us.
I don't know. She's probably a president.
She's really smart.
Yeah. She went to college.
She's in Congress.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they have that over there.
She is Congress.
She works for Putin. She's Putin's publicist.
Oh. She's my mom. But because we were talking about this earlier before we started recording, how there are serial killers that definitely get molded. You know, they are very much shaped by what's around them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Right.
That it does. We talk about having that innate innocence, you know, that most people aren't born right off the bat wanting to kill people. Sure, there are people that are like that because we hear of them.
Yeah, but at some point or another, I think that whether you're nurtured, you know, well or had a poor upbringing, something triggers in your brain that you see something and you're like, ooh,
yes,
I'm curious.
Yes.
You know, and you go down that road. There's some sort of
switch that gets turned on.
Yeah.
That I don't think would have with someone who has like a normal, you know, I guess chemistry maybe.
Everyone's brain, I feel like it's different as far as like chemical levels.
Yes.
So maybe there's something tied to that.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
But I know that she was heavily leaning on how much his upbringing impacted him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that time was very trying. This was World War II, famine, bombs going off upon his birthing.
Hungry.
They're very hungry.
Pee-pee pants.
Pee-pee pants. And it hurt too. And then his brain had headaches.
Too much jizz quick. Quick jizz.
So fast. So fast. He didn't have time.
He didn't mean it.
This is all an accident. He's innocent.
It's like, Mom, they're making fun of me.
Just go kill somebody.
Yeah. Ay.
So, yeah.
So that's not fair that he was just shot in the back of the head.
It was quick.
And why behind the right ear?
I don't know.
Why not in the middle?
I read that on Murderpedia. I don't know.
That bothers me. Needs to be right
there.
Center.
It should be. But maybe there's like a higher level of survival if that happens.
I'm sure they know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Russians know how to.
They know how to kill.
Take out people. Yeah.
Please
I feel.
Don't take us out.
No. We love Russia. We stand with Russia. I'm just kidding.
No, stop.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We don't.
Take that out. Edit it out. Cut that.
Canceled. But that's what a crazy case.
It is. It was just killing after killing after killing, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and no one knew what to do. I'm fucking that detective. He put his foot down. He was like, "There's something going on."
Yeah, good on him, because I feel like if he didn't step up and do something, this fucker would have kept going.
Oh, absolutely, until his death. Easy.
How old was he when he was?
I don't know.
Executed.
I don't know. So this was in it was in 1994, and he was born in 36. So I'm going to do a calculator math.
So he was much older, 60, 60 something, 61.
I don't know. 58.
Okay, so I was so close.
You were really close. Wow, math.
Numbers. Yeah, wow, that is fucked. Instead of shooting him in the head, though,
they should have so many other things.
They should have studied his brain.
Oh, okay. I really thought we were going in the same direction. I really did.
Why not take his brain and study it or something?
They should have.
you know,
they studied him out loud, I guess. They talked to him. They did have that psychiatrist who went on to be a renowned, you know,
psychiatrist.
Yep. He sure did.
She psychiatried him.
Yeah, so good.
Because she's a psychiatrist.
That's what she did. Or he did. Anyway.
Oh, it's a him?
Oh, the actual psychiatrist that studied him?
Yeah.
Back in the day when he was alive?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That was a man.
Okay.
That was Alexander. And then the woman who did the actual clinical
dissertation
report, yes.
Is a woman.
Is a woman.
And is she Russian?
Yes.
Okay.
She was studying at I think it's the University of Moscow.
Okay.
I feel like.
That is
I want to say that's what it is. I
Those
feel like
poor,
that's accurate.
poor kids.
Yeah.
Now, is there pictures of like him and...
There's pictures of him, but I honestly didn't really look into pictures all that much.
I'll check those out.
I was just interested in first of all,
everything.
Yeah, all of that. Do you remember the stuff that I just talked about?
Yeah.
I was interested in that part.
For the last hour that I've been talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
That part was interesting. But I did see pictures of him. I saw a picture of when he was like younger and committing the murders.
Okay.
And then after his arrest.
Okay. Well, and you said in the courtroom they had press. Didn't you mention that?
Had press in the courtroom? I know that they had, there were people assembled in there. So I'm assuming press most likely.
Cameras and things like that.
There were pictures of him from
cool. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. So it's there. He looks crazy.
Yeah, I want to see that.
So, yeah. I mean, I
guess murdering you don't age well.
It doesn't.
When you murder.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably kind of like drugs or something.
It's like draining.
It's
it has to be draining.
Because he's literally working, I think. Yeah.
He was like selling trains or something.
Something. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like,
listen to this train. Don't you want to buy it?
Come with me. I have one in the woods. Want a beer?
That is nuts.
Yeah, he was nuts. I'm just surprised about how he was able to lure, but he lured vulnerable people.
Well, how long it went on?
It went on for so long.
My God.
So long. And it really tells you how much like the ability to study forensics is important. Like that technology is so vital.
Yes.
Thank goodness that we have that now.
Yeah.
I mean, it still can be not accurate at times because I know they like debunked like blood spatter, whatever, and shit like that, and like follicles.
I think it's splatter.
But wow, that talked for too long. I don't want to do this anymore.
Blood patter.
Blood splatter.
Splatter. Anyways.
Did I say spatter?
College.
Anyway.
Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah. Don't do what he did.
Don't do what he did. And we didn't do what he did.
We did not do it. Not at all.
So stay safe.
And remember,
we didn't do it.